hope you didn't forget what happened before. All right, great. We've got 2 more sets left for tonight. They are both Terran versus Zergs. Our next is going to be MVP versus Fire Fist.
Yes. Now, neither of these players are really well known. I don't really have a favorite that I can pick here. So I think it should be pretty even. Do you have any information for us on these 2 players?
Well, MVP is now on Ungjin Stars, and he just came back from playing against Nada in the Pro League, and he lost that game. So again, kind of like how it might have helped Nalkiki in winning the Pro League earlier, maybe this will either make him seek revenge or just be off on his game. I don't know.
Yeah, it could go either way. It just depends on the person or something like that.
This kid is a new player. He was picked in 2008 in the first half draft. He was the first pick by Ungjin Stars. Just keep calling him Hanbit because I'm so used to that. He never made it further than a practice partner, to be honest. So this, just this season now, the 08-09 is when he's starting to actually be more televised and have more promise, I suppose. So here he is in our classic. Is this his first time here? No, it is not, actually. He made it to the round of 64 last season for us. And here he is trying to beat that record, I guess, for season 2. But he's fairly new. I really don't have much else on him. He's got, his record is 16 wins, 15 losses. You know, pretty 50%.
Yeah, kind of like a Zhang was.
Yeah. So, and then Fire Fist was, just like Nalkiki, supposed to be, We Made Fox's, like, promised Zerg for the Promised Land or something like that. But, eventually, he wound up going to KTF. He wanted to be KTF's Zerg. However, when he went, Luxury wound up going with him. And as we know, Luxury is a bit more known for the right reason.
Yeah, he's pretty well known. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. And so, due to that, I think he's kind of not lost steam, but he's kind of upset that he's not going to be like the star Zerg player. But we never know. You never know what's going to happen. His last 10 games, he's 6-4. So again, closer to 50%. I mean, they're very just average guys. I don't see like this.
So far, they're just average pro gamers. You know, we don't really have any amazing facts we can drop right now.
I wish I did.
For them, or we would be doing that.
He's actually a better player versus Protoss. However, he's playing against the Terran. He's 4-4 versus Terran right now. So again, very average. I don't know what else more to say about this guy.
Now, one thing to keep in mind, though, is that these are new maps. So, you know, these guys might have playing styles that really work on maps like this.
That's
true. StarCraft's such a map-dependent game. A lot of people don't realize that. But, I mean, the game is so surrounded by what type of map you're in, even the starting location on the map. So, I think with that, we might see some interesting plays. They may stay standard, and that might be one of the reasons why they're quite average within their rankings so far.
Exactly, and that's probably why, I mean, these are not names that we know, you know, you hear of all these, like, super Zergs like Jedong and Luxury.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, they're just very normal. Actually, one fun fact about Fire Fist. His Korean name is Kim Jae-chun. Now, there's a Korean sitcom with this like really catchy song to it, and in the middle of the song, like someone screams a name, and it actually sounds like his name. So what a fan did was dub that song and put his name in it. So it's like do song, and then you just hear Kim Jae-chun like in the middle of it, and it actually came up on Naver. It was Naver's like blog best #1 for like a week or something like that. To which, you know, Fire Fist is kind of like, why am I on Naver like best hits, you know? So he went and he checked it out, and he was #1 on Naver. Oh, Naver is like the Korean Google, by the way. He was #1 ranking there just because of this spoof song that a fan made of him, of us.
That's so
Korean
funny.
sitcom.
I didn't know that, actually. That's really... You are full of facts.
I'm full of really weird stuff.
That's good.
But, all right, here are our players. There is our Terran. Here is our Zerg, Kim Jae-chun. Maybe you guys can go Google that song and...
Yeah, it might, maybe it's on Google Video, or I don't know.
I don't know. For any of you Koreans watching out there, it's called 거침없이 high kick, right? So then if you look up 거침없는 김재춘, you should be able to find the song and you can listen to it. It's really dumb, but I just found it funny that he was like #1 just because of this song. You know?
Yeah, how unusual, huh?
I don't know.
That's pretty wild. Well, they're both in the game. They just now joined. Again, MVP the Terran, Firefist is Zerg. This is going to be our second out of 3 Terran versus Zergs in this day today that we're going to be casting. So we'll find out how this goes in a little bit. I think the longest games we're going to see from today are going to be the Terran versus Protosses.
Hopefully. But those are fun, so I didn't really mind that at all.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those games. Really back and forth action there. We're sitting here waiting. Looks like both of our players have confirmed that they are ready.
Okay.
So pretty soon here, whenever our Korean commentators wrap this up, we're going to get this game going. Now,
I hope so, yeah.
You know, what we've seen so far from this map, actually, I want to talk about something real fast.
Okay.
From that last game with Toss Girl, I didn't think Toss Girl should have gone up to the top left. I thought she should have done what we saw that other Terran player do, Zhang, against Rainbow, and just use the Medic Marine.
Yes.
If she was going to go there, maybe just stim and kill that building. And then maybe wait a little bit, get a few more Medic Marine, and then try going in there. Then again, the Zerg was going Guardians. It might not have worked anyways, but I'm really curious if we're going to see that on this map again. You see what I'm saying? I feel like strategies like that, like utilizing these neutral buildings, getting them out of the way, and then abusing your opponent's main, are critical, especially against these Zerg players, because it seemed like our last Zerg player got the layer in his main. You know what I mean? If you can take out the layer from that high ground position with maybe a tank or something like that, I mean, it seems like it could be devastating. I'm also really wondering, is our Zerg player, Firefist, going to go for Guardians like our last player did? Guardians seem to be pretty strong.
Yeah,
from what we saw so far. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So maybe we'll see that again. Maybe that will just be the trend on this map. You don't normally have a map that's just going to be very Guardian intensive.
Well, someone mentioned who's the kid playing soccer. That was Bogus. Do you remember Bogus?
Yeah.
Our 16-year-old player, camera shy little kid.
He's adorable, man. We were watching that intro video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was cute.
All right. Actually, I wish you guys were able to see that. The girls decide to do their chant, and a lot of you guys ask, what are the girls screaming? They just do a 1, 2, 3, then they say the player's name, and they say fighting at the end. It's like a go, I don't know,
It's literally the word fighting.
Yeah. But
it's literally the English word fighting.
But anyway, so you see a whole row of girls doing this, and then they immediately hide their faces, even though there's no camera. Even right now as I'm looking at them, they have pieces of paper hiding their faces. Alright, so here's the stats. It looks like Firefist is 71% and MVP at 29%. As you guys can see here, Firefist is on the left and MVP on the right.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to see the extractor trick done here by our Zerg. You guys didn't get a shot of it, but that's what we saw. So people think our Zerg player, Firefist, is going to win. Zerg now scouting with the drone. And in a little bit here, we're going to see an exciting game unfold. Now, we haven't seen a ton of creativity here from Terran and Zerg yet. For the first game, Susie and I got to cast, but that may change in a little bit here.
I just want to let you guys know that there is actually right now not right now, but today there's another set of round of 64s that was going on that's not broadcasted. Daezang versus Zerg Joa, Sok versus Great, Toski? Two Sky versus
Two Sky.
Okay, Junie and Over Sky versus Dark Elf. So those results should be in pretty soon.
And whenever we get those results, we will let you know ASAP. Now we see the drone has scouted our Terran player, and now looks like he's going to keep it in there. He wants to harass that SCV making the barracks just because that forces the Terran to pull off an extra SCV. Just a little trick to get ahead. Oh, by the way, it looks like I just got notified that somebody has posted, that song that Susie was talking about. You can find it on the Team Liquid page. There's also a thread going on out there. There's actually a whole bunch of different little forums that are talking about us live. Oh, look at that guy. It's a little young pro gamer. See, he's too young to know he's supposed to hide his face in Korea. I think, yeah, definitely check that out. Yeah, but as I was saying, we have a lot of forums talking about this. By the way, SCV doing a great job of preventing the Zerg from expanding. That's really going to hurt the Zerg's econ. I know, I think there's a big thread on 4chan talking about this, teamliquid.net. I know that there's a bunch of IRC channels out there, like a bunch, and some of them are really packed.
And I do apologize, guys. I know a bunch of you guys have been asking us to join the IRC during the cast, but unfortunately we can't do that. There's just too much going on, but secondly,
there's so much stuff going on that you guys don't see. We're actually balancing on balls, juggling points and sticks right now while we cast these games. No, but seriously, yeah, I mean, there's just so much stuff we're doing.
It's too much. Plus, it's a company computer. We really don't want to flood it with.
We're not allowed to install stuff on there.
Exactly.
It's literally our boss's computer.
Actually, I think it's his personal computer.
His laptop he brings here. Zerg's going to be really aggressive here. Zerg's going to be all in. Not all in, I should say. I'm sorry. That's a bit of an exaggeration. But Zerg is definitely going to wait for Ling speed and then try to bust. And I think this whole double expanding strategy here from our Zerg player was definitely kind of a fake, so to speak, because clearly he doesn't have a lot of drones mining and he's very focused on getting Zerglings. Look, you can see only 4 drones mining now, and I think Zergling speed's about to finish. Oh, here it comes! Boom! Taking out a lot of Marines here. The SCVs are now repairing the barracks! What is one Marine doing in there? You're supposed to have roommates in that bunker. Oh man, this is bad.
There's his roommate coming back from getting a drink or something.
I know.
Oh my god.
Well, okay. I think we're going to be going on to game 2 here. That's the...
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at him like that.
That was a pretty funny face. Not bad Firebat Micro, but not enough to really help. I don't know why Zerg isn't reinforcing this with Zerglings. Zerg has literally like won if he just brings more Zerglings. I think Zerg was not expecting this to work and started making drones, and now it's suddenly like, oh. Well, Terran's going to keep getting these Firebats. Maybe Zerg's going to attack the Mutalisks. Lucky you, Firebat. All right, and indeed, it looks like the Zerg is just focusing on drones, and he's going to get the Spire out. And yeah, it's going to go for the Muta rush. Basically, this is a pretty standard strategy. It's a lot harder to execute than it is, when you just see it and you're like, oh, well, you just get Zerglings and then you make them make Firebats and go Mutalisks, because it's really hard because you have to know exactly the right moment to switch. Frankly, I think it should have just made Zerglings. I think he would have won, especially now that he took out that bunker. But we'll see. In a sense, these players are playing so fast that sometimes they make an adjustment before they really realize that they were actually that much ahead. I don't think Zerg really expected to do that much damage to his opponent. And you know what? At the same time, I think Zerg's making a mistake here by not having that ramp blocked, or that entrance blocked at least by Zerglings. So now the Spire's been spotted. Well, the Zergling speed's now up. And indeed, he is going to go for some more Zerglings here again. He might have decided to morph a bunch when he saw the SCV coming, realizing that he's not going to be able to stop the SCV from spotting the Spire. So then the Terran will then focus on getting turrets, stuff like that, when there's actually a whole bunch more Lings going to come in there at the front. And actually, he's going to have a full group of Mutas. I think the smart strategy would be to go ahead and do a small harassment to the front, then go back to the main with the Mutalisks and start harassing there, then bring the Zerglings into the front and the Mutalisks together and start taking out that expansion. Either way, Terran knows he's in a lot of trouble. Terran is not ignorant about what is about to be happening. Man, Zerg is really expanding rapidly here. Okay, the Medusa are out. All right, here we go. Going straight for the turret. Gonna go ahead and regroup. He wants to pull those Marines in there. Great micro so far by the Zerg. Those Mutalisks are really well stacked. And here come the Zerglings into the front. Boom. Takes on an SCV. Boom. Another Marine. The Fire Bats are going to come down here. That's exactly what Zerg wants. Zerg may go after the Fire Bats with the Mutalisks next. Nope. He's already taken out enough of the Marines. And man, there are just too many Mutalisks. This is over. Zerg has control of the location where the barracks are. There it is. Wow.
Wow, that was a quick game.
Whoa. And it's done. Okay. That was pretty quick. A lot faster than I had expected.
All right, so there's one win for our Fire Fist Zerg here.
Fire Fist played really well back there. Our Terran player, I don't know.
Today's not his day. He just lost
day.
to Nada, and here he is losing his first game to Fire Fist here.
You know, and after he loses that last game, and he's already lost to Nada, you know, you got to ask yourself, is he really, really worn out now? Is his mindset really down now?
His psyche must just be drained. I can't even imagine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, StarCraft requires so much concentration. You really got to think out what you're doing, your strategies. I mean, I've heard a whole bunch of newbies say silly stuff like, you know, oh, it's just a bunch of, you know, actions per minute and they're just making units, and it's not. You know what I mean? You're a newbie if you think that. If you're watching right now, take that.
It's not about the APM.
It's not about the APM. I don't know why so many newbies are infatuated with the APM. It's actually, you know, it's a lot about being able to concentrate and read your opponent. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, APM is kind of like dribbling a basketball. You know what I mean? You have to know how to keep it up in order to play the game, but there's so much more going on. And when I was looking back there at our Terran player that lost, I mean, he was just like, he would look like a mess in that last game, you know? He had one Marine in the bunker. That was weird. That whole attack at the start might have been different. He didn't have SCVs there to repair it.
Yeah, I was going to just say that. Yeah. He had no SCVs to repair that. He just seemed like he didn't know what to do at that moment when he got attacked, which is bad for a StarCraft player, obviously.
Yeah, for a pro gamer. Yeah.
You need to be on your toes at all times, and he obviously wasn't there. No.
You know, I think, you know, it's interesting. StarCraft's like MMA fighting, you know what I mean, or UFC fighting in a way. Sometimes you see these long, drawn-out, you know, very technical matches, and sometimes you see a knockout punch in a minute and a half, you know what I mean?
That was
or some guy just get weathered. Yeah, and that's what it was.